And now from our studios in downtown Winnipeg, it's time for 107 Live.
For 20 years, Prairie Voices has brought their unique musical perspective and youthful energy to a diverse repertoire, allowing them to grow as an organization while remaining true to their Canadian roots. This weekend, Prairie Voices Inc. celebrates this milestone anniversary in a concert called In the Family. I'm excited to say that members of the Prairie Voices family, directed by Geung Kroeker-Lee, have joined me in studio for a 107 Live performance. Guys, take it away. How beautiful was that? Members of Prairie Voices in studio. Guys, that was stunning. I'm going to welcome Artistic Director Geung Kroeker-Lee over to the microphone here. Geung, how you doing, man? That was beautiful.
Thank you.
What did we just hear?
We just heard Illustaiole by an Estonian composer named Pärt Uusberg.
Wow, what a piece of music. And not an easy sing, but definitely not an easy sing at 8:30 in the morning.
No. I actually told these singers to stay up all night, singing all night, just so that they could be warmed up for that one.
Well, thank you for your sacrifice, guys, because it most certainly worked. I imagine that's on the concert program this weekend then.
Yeah, it's actually going to kick off the entire concert.
What an opener.
Yeah.
What an opener. So before we get chatting a little bit more about that show, can we go back in time a wee bit? Prairie Voices, 20th anniversary year. Take us back to the beginning. Founded 20 years ago. What can you tell us about the ensemble?
Well, I was not around with the organization 20 years ago, but I am one of 4 artistic directors to have directed Prairie Voices. It was founded by Elroy Friesen, who is well known to our choral community here in Winnipeg. And he founded in 2000, and I believe it was something like he directed an honor choir, the provincial honor choir, one year, and then it was such a great experience, and he ran into a group of those singers at the mall, I think he said. And he just said, hey, should we do a concert together? And it was just kind of thrown together. And then from there, they wanted to keep doing it. And 20 years later, here we are.
Well, I mean, Elroy was definitely filling a niche, a demographic that wanted a choral opportunity for this post-high school. Where do you keep singing, right? When did you first get involved with the ensemble?
I got involved 6 years ago. I was brought on when Vic Pankratz, who directs the Westgate Choir Program, Westgate Mennonite Collegiate Choir Program, he brought me on as the assistant conductor. So I spent 2 years with the ensemble then, and when he stepped down, I was fortunate enough to take over this wonderful ensemble.
Oh, what a wonderful ensemble, and what an age range, right? 18 to 25. This very specific demographic. You're a music educator. What's it like working with this age group? And what about the repertoire that you can tackle? Like, I'm thinking of how the youthfulness must motivate what you do. The begonia covers and the Royal Canoe covers and everything else. Talk a little bit about working with this particular age group.
Well, it's just such a joy because they bring so much of that youthful energy and exuberance that you just mentioned. But at the core of all of that is this love for singing. And so many of them, this is their pastime. This is the thing, their social outing that they get to do once a week. And we just had a rehearsal last night, and we talked about, how beautiful is it that people that wouldn't come, whose paths wouldn't cross, come together once a week to make beauty together at such a high level, but also at the same time tapping into the music, the type of the music that speaks to them. So whether it's arrangements of music that's going on today, or themes that are relevant to the things that they're going through during 18 to 25, as you and I both know, that we're grappling with, that we're tackling with, that we're questioning. And it allows myself and the singers to speak to that through this medium of choral music.
And you get the music itself, but then if you've never been to a Prairie Voices concert, there's also the innovative staging and kind of the theatrical element as well. It really does engage all of the senses in that way. So over the years, Prairie Voices has grown into PVI, Prairie Voices Inc., with the formation of 2 other choirs. Can you talk just a little bit briefly about that?
Yeah, so we call ourselves a family of choirs. So we have 3 choirs. There's Prairie Voices, which is, as we've talked about, for 18 to 25-year-olds. And then we started Horizon about 5 years ago, and that is for people 25 and up that either sang in Prairie Voices and that want to continue singing in our traditions, or just people out there that have nothing to do with our organization but want a place to sing. And then just last year, we started Blue STEM, which is the high school level choir for grades 9 to 12. Same idea, and that will feed right into Prairie Voices. And so we have a really, really rich family, a family of great wealth, I guess.
The PVI family coming together in concert this Saturday. In the Family is what the show is called. What do you guys have planned?
So it'll feature all 3 choirs, Prairie Voices, Horizon, and Blue STEM. And then to make sure that we are not forgetting our past, our traditions, we've invited 3 former artistic directors. So we've invited back Elroy Friesen, the founder, and then Crystal Peters and Vic Pankratz. And then we've invited a whole whack of alumni singers to come join us. So we'll go through the program, and then at the end of the program, we're going to finish off with the alumni, all 3 choirs with these former directors conducting. We're calling them legacy conductors in this program. And it'll be something like 150 to 200 singers up on the stage singing songs from the past, our beloved songs from the past.
Wow. Talk about a way to celebrate a milestone anniversary like 20 years. Just bringing the whole family back together. It seems like the family from far and wide coming together on stage. It's taking place at Knox United Church. We're going to hear another piece of music to close out. What are we going to hear?
We're going to hear a piece called Pust. It's by Swedish composer Susanne Rosenberg. We actually sang this at our November concert when we had a world-renowned conductor named Lona Larsen do a guest residency, artist residency here in Winnipeg for 10 days with us. And Pust translates to the word breath, or it can mean air, or anything around those themes or ideas. And so this piece begins with this legend who is basically on his way to crash a wedding. And then he ends up encountering bears that attack him. So then he grabs some wool off some sheep, and then he blows it into the air, which turn into more sheep that distract bears. It's a very odd and random story.
No.
And then the second half, which you won't hear, you will have to come to the concert to see and hear. It talks about 2 other breath, air related elements.
Wow. So here it is, a 107 Live performance with members of Prairie Voices. Geung, thanks for being here this morning. Thank you all for being here. And here it is, Pust, live from the studio.
Charakter aufgeschickt, Melasina, Tiofinger. Doi dum dum doi dai dum dum. 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 Doi dum dum doi dai dum dum.
How cool was that? Members of Prairie Voices performing Pust or Air, all the different uses of breath, and you can hear the rest of that piece of music, see it in concert this Saturday at Knox United Church in the Family, a celebration of Prairie Voices Inc.'s 20th anniversary. Tickets just $20, students $10. You can find all the details up at classic107.com or prairievoices.ca. Guys, thanks so much for being here today.
From our studios in downtown Winnipeg, you've been listening to 107 Live, Classic 107's Intimate Concert Series, the soundtrack for your life.